Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today I want to show you how you can achieve this homemade bra cup by yourself. I'm going to be showing you how to make sure your bra cup sits inside perfectly like this. So here is the pattern pieces I am going to be using. So this is a three-part corset and this is the fabric that I'm going to be using. The fabric is called crepe and this is the pattern I'm going to be working with. So this is a corset pattern, is in three places, so it actually has two darts instead of two darts. So there are different types of corset piece, so I'm going to be working with the two darted one, which is also called the three-piece corset. So here I am just marking my seam allowance for the first part of the corset piece. So I went in to use 0.5-inch seam allowance, which is also half inches. So I decided to go in with my free hand to just connect all those points together. You can use your curve to do that. Just make sure that everything aligns with the original shape of the pattern. So here I just make sure I notched all the important pieces, like the mid of the first parts and also the starting point. So here are the other two parts of the corset piece, and I just went in to mark all the same allowance, and I just went into start cutting them like that. So I have my three-piece ready, so I'm going to be going on with my interfacing now. So remember, for this pattern I'm cutting just one part of the cup, so we're just cutting one part of the bra cup, we're not cutting two. So this is just to show you what you're going to be doing. So if you're cutting for two bra cup, you're just going to be repeating this step. So for the stay, I used stay for the first interfacing. You're going to make sure you cut it just a single part. So now the second interfacing I used is wadding. So this is quite strong, so I went in to fold it into two like that, and I'm going to be cutting. So please note that I am just cutting for one bra cup. So every material that I'm using for this tutorial, you are going to be doubling it for the other bra cup. So here I was done cutting my wadding and my stay, so I went in to remove my main fabric like that. So you're just going to remove the upper parts like that, and you're going to be left with one part. So you're just going to go ahead to mark the wrong side so you don't confuse yourself. So here I'm going to remove the right part, and I'll make sure that I place the interfacing, the first interfacing I cut, which is the stay. I'll place the stay on it, underneath it like that. So once I place the stay underneath it, I'll go into iron it properly. So guys, we can call this our bra cup series, like how to fix a home bra cup series. I'm going to be dropping videos when I can for different ways on how you can get your homemade bra cup without having to use the ready-made bra cup that you can just buy in the market. So if you don't have a ready-made bra cup, you can follow this tutorial to get a seamless perfect bra cup. So here I am just ironing the third piece of the corset. We're still going in with our stay. So when I was done, I went in to trim off all the excess. Then I'm going to be ironing the parts that has the wording on it. So here I have my wording piece. I'm going to be placing it on the wrong side of the fabric like that, making sure that the side that has the gum is sticking to the wrong side of the fabric. So that's just what I was showing you. So once I have it placed like that, I'm going to be going in to cut off my seam allowance on the dart side. So there are actually two ways you can achieve this. You can decide to just iron and sew in your seam allowance first before you now trim your wadding off. So the reason why we are doing this is because we don't want all that extra bulkiness inside our bra cup. So that's why we are just going off to trim off our excess seam allowance. So once I was done trimming it off, I went into iron both all the patterns. So if you would notice, I only trimmed off for the two parts of the corsets that underneath. I didn't trim for the upper part, the part that is looking straight. I didn't trim off for that part. So I'm going to be showing you, I want to show you another method that you can use to achieve that part. So here is the second piece. So I'm just going in to make sure that I have the right amount of seam allowance, not too much and not too little. So I just went in with my iron like that. If you would notice, I am ironing the right side of the fabric on the wadding. This is because the wadding that is sold in the markets these days, like this particular one I'm using, it's not the soft one. It's quite hard, not too hard actually, but it's, let me just say, it's in between. So like if you start ironing from the wrong side, it might not stick to the fabric. So once you flip it to the right side and you iron, it sticks perfectly well. So here I was just explaining that I'm not going to be cutting off the dart allowance for that part. I'm just going to be going in with my iron straight like that, and I'll just show you how I'm going to finish up that part now. So here I have my pattern pieces ironed to my fabric. I still have one wadding piece left, so I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to do with that soon. So here I started by joining the parts that has the stay. So I joined that. So here I'm going to go in with my notches, and once I notch it, I'm going to open it like that, and I'll make sure to join the third part of the corset piece to it to make it a whole bra cup. So please just follow the way I am doing this. So when you get to the part that has the dart, you make sure that you open that part up before you sew. So once I was done doing that, I also went into notch that part as well. So when I was done, so I have that, so I'm going to be placing that aside, and I'm going to be working on the parts that has the wadding. So this is the part that has the wadding piece, which is the harder one. So here I'm just going in to sew in my seam allowance. So remember, we already cut off the seam allowance for the dart piece, so it makes the sewing relax well. So here is what it was looking like without the bulkiness of the wadding. So here now I'm going to go into join the upper part to this. So once I was done doing this, so it's just like you're repeating the same process for the first one with this one as well. So here is the third piece, the parts that I just cut with, the wooden piece. So I'm going to be going in, to join that part as well. So I'm going to join the lower parts, then I'll join the upper parts, to it as well. So when I join the down parts, I make sure I trimmed off, the seam allowance. So here I realized that I made a mistake, so I went into losing the sewing that I just did. The mistake I made was I wanted the side that has the gum to, be the right side, but instead I went to place it on the left side. So here I'm just going in to correct that mistake. So what you just need to notice is that for this wooden piece, the side that has the gum is the side that is on the right side, so you don't want any sewing on that part. So you're going to be seeing what I'm saying. So when I finish with this third piece, I'm going to be showing you what I mean by that. Not forgetting to trim off the, bulky seam allowance. So here is what was looking like. So this side is the side that has the gum, so this side is the side that has the gum. So here I'm going in, I want to start ironing my piece now. For the wording piece, I'm going to go in to, separate the main fabric from the wording like that, and I'll make sure I trim it off. So this is why I did not cut off the seam allowance for that part. Remember that part I was showing you earlier, so you can as well do it like this. So going in with the second part, just do it the same way, so it makes that place relax, so you can see the difference even without, trying it yourself. Now I'm just going into, iron the parts that has, the stay first. So once I iron that, so you're going to make sure you use your bust arm to, iron, so it doesn't come out flat. So that was what it was looking like when I was done ironing that part. So here is the part that has the wording. Remember, this is just one bra cup, and we have like 3 piece here. So I'm going to show you how to couple that very soon. So that is the main fabric that has the stay. So I went ahead to place the parts that has the gum. So you place the main fabric on the parts that has the gum like that. So you're going to be ironing now. So one thing I'm going to change in this tutorial is, if you're doing this, please go ahead to trim off the seam allowance for the parts that has the stay first before you go in with this process. But even if you don't do that, it is still fine. That was how I did this. I didn't remember to trim off the seam allowance, so I just went in to start ironing like that, and it still came out very okay. So here I was just, ironing everything, making sure that everything was, relaxed and, pressed together so it becomes one piece. So I know you might be wondering, why didn't I just go in with the wording immediately and just, instead of doing it in 3 parts. This method is actually better because it doesn't give you that bulkiness or, that uneat feeling that the wording gives you, especially when you're working on a plain fabric. So here is it. So I'm just going in to trim off the, the wording that was all around it. So here, that was what it was looking like. So like the main fabric is now one piece now, and then we have the lining piece. So here I'm just going into, trim off the wording by the neckline, because I want to, turn that part with my lining, because I don't like my wadding going into my sewing at all. So here is the lining piece. I went to do the same thing. I trimmed off the wadding that was on that part as well, and I'm just going to be going in with my stay sorry with my hemming gum. So this is the hemming gum, so I'm just placing it like that, and I'm going to be turning it to the other side when I am done. So tell me why this will not be perfect once you try it out. Like, guys, just try it out and let me know what you think when you try it out. Let me know if you like it or not. This came out perfect, and this is what I use most times. So here is it. So you just going in to flip it like that, and you're going to sew it like that. It's okay if there's some excess on the lining underneath the lining, so you can just go into trim off the excess of, just make sure that all the dart points meet. So here I was done sewing. So can you see how beautiful that looks? Like, it's so beautiful, and it relaxes very well. So like, so that is it. So can you see how that looks? Like, it's so neat and beautiful. So see the inside is relaxing inside the cup, like, it's beautiful. So here is a closer look of what it looks like, and this is the inside of it. So see you again next time. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe.